Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. For this video, we're going to be doing things a little bit differently. We're going to be doing a get ready with me, and you might actually already be able to tell I've got a little bit of my face here on. This is actually the third attempt to do this video, so there might be bits of those clips in this video, but I thought it'd be fun to do something a little bit different and do a get ready with me and try to incorporate some of these types of videos into the channel. And I'll try to talk a little bit more about that as the video goes along. But I thought it would be fun to do a get ready with me, and for this specific video to kind of try to talk about why I started creating these makeup videos. But before we really get into that, I'll kind of wrap up to where we are here first with the makeup products. And first off, I did start with my face. Usually when I do my makeup and stuff off camera, I do typically start with my face, but with the brand new face videos, I like to start with my eyes because I'm not sure how those products are going to work or if things are going to fall off. So we did things a little bit different because this is actually what I'm more used to doing. But I'm going to quickly kind of wrap through those products that I used prior to here, and I'll also put this information down in the description as well. But we started off with a primer. I'm not sure how to pronounce this one, but this is the Illamasqua. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce that. But this is a like gripping and moisturizing jelly primer. So I just took this, scooped a little bit on my hands, and kind of just applied that all over the face. It's very moisturizing and gripping. So that's really cool. Also, some of the products down here are not necessarily products that have been on my channel, and they're not necessarily products that are my go-tos. I just kind of went into my collection and grabbed things at random, things that I've used on the channel, things that I've maybe only used once or twice, and a combination of things that I enjoy. I'm not going to specify what is what because I do have intentions on talking about, for other get ready with me's, talking about the specific products that I do enjoy and doing follow-ups with you guys on the products from the brand new face videos that I am continuing to use. In addition to that gripping primer, I also did hop into the e.l.f. Putty primer. You can see that this lid is very much loved. I use it as kind of a color palette when I'm mixing colors for fun and creative, like intense eye looks. So that's what that is, but I kind of just applied this. Probably should have done it before, but I did it afterwards. Just kind of around the nose and the center of the face here, anywhere that I have a little bit more enlarged pores. Yeah, just to kind of reduce the pores there, I guess. So we used that guy, and then we hopped into our foundation, which I today used the Loreal Infallible 24-Hour Wear Foundation. This guy right here, and we just kind of used our dampened e.l.f. sponge to apply that all over the face. And then I used a combination of concealers here. So first I went in with the Essence Camouflage Matte Concealer here and applied that under the eyes and kind of used it as a spot corrector in the areas where I needed a little bit additional coverage. And then I went in with my lighter Dose of Colors concealer here to kind of brighten up a little bit more under the eyes and hit a little bit up here and down here to brighten those spots up a little bit. And after that, we went into our e.l.f. HD Loose Setting Powder. I just quickly buffed this all over the face so that the face would be set. And so that kind of brings us to where we are here now for the face. So with this video, I'm gonna do my best to try to talk to you guys as I'm applying products. Just try to get more comfortable with that. I'm like, honestly, I'm a very awkward person, and I'm not the best when it comes to continuing conversations. So we're gonna do our best to talk about a topic here about why I started these videos and multitask and apply makeup. Again, as I stated, this is my third time starting this, so it has been a little bit of a struggle, but I thought I would still try to create this video for you guys. And so yeah, I'm going to grab the next product here, which is probably going to be the eyes, which honestly I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I grabbed three palettes here. We'll probably kind of jump between them. I've got two Colourpop palettes here. We've got the At Forest Sight collaboration with Raw Beauty Christie, which is amazing. And then another Colourpop one here, which is their Garden Valley one. Thought it'd be fun to get a little bit more use out of those. And then another recent one that I had gotten is this Shauna B Miami eyeshadow palette. The shimmers in here just look so, they almost look wet in a way. So I'm really curious to put these on my eyes. I don't know quite what I'm gonna do with the eye look here, but we'll figure it out as we go. I'm probably gonna start out with this Old Growth shade here and kind of apply that all over and kind of as our transition. And I want to use this shade. I really want to use this shade so badly. It's kind of like a metallic, kind of gray color, and I've had a couple of palettes that have had colors like this, and there's just something so intriguing that I want to like use. So that's the goal, is to at least maybe use that one. We'll see what we come up with, but I'm just gonna grab on our M433 brush, dip into the Old Growth shade here, and we're gonna start applying this into our crease. And we're gonna attempt to talk about this channel and why I decided to start it. And pretty much the biggest reason why I started this channel was, for longer than I can even remember, honestly, I've kind of always had this curiosity to not just, I mean, YouTube, yes, but I don't know, like creating, and I guess performance in general, in a way, creating these YouTube videos is sort of a performance. I don't know. And I guess a good way to even like say this, and I've said this to some of my like family members, is man, now I can't even like recall the way that I said it to them, but like maybe once as I've got it in my brain here, we'll say it again. But essentially, for the longest time, I've just kind of been really curious about YouTube, and I thought I would finally just take an opportunity and go for it. And it's been really fun. It's been such a fun thing to do. It's taken me out of my comfort zone, but at the same time, it's really shown me that this is something that I do truly enjoy. So every single time I do it, it does become more and more familiar, which is super awesome. And with that, I also want to continue to push myself doing videos like this that are just way completely different. From starting this video, I thought doing a get ready with me and talking would be one of the easiest things to do. It's not. It honestly isn't. It's very hard to like get the information in my brain to make sense and to come out as a sentence, and with that to be able to like elaborate on it. It's a tricky thing to do. I don't know if I've answered the question here yet. I've been wanting to do YouTube videos for quite some time. It didn't necessarily start out as wanting to do makeup videos. I had brainstormed a lot of things, and I'm gonna quickly finish blending here so I don't talk too fast. Okay, so that is sort of blended. I'll probably, for a lot of this video, be looking this direction because that's where my mirror is, so that might be a little awkward. As we hopefully continue to do these kind of get readies with me, I'll maybe try to shift things around so I do look more at you guys, but for now, I am turning to look at my mirror over here as I apply. That's what's going on there. I'm gonna deepen things up a little bit, and I think I'm gonna stay in the Forest palette, and I'm gonna go into this one right here called Rainier and just kind of deepen things and focus that kind of near the outer third of the eyelid. And I guess we'll continue talking about this channel and how it became what it is. This is a beautiful shade. So even well before even like deciding to do makeup, I had a couple other like ideas for makeup videos, and probably the biggest one that I thought that I would have likely gone with would have been actually related to music. For long time, I've been very much into music. In middle school, high school, I did musicals. Never knew what I wanted to go to college for. For a while, I didn't even think I was going to go to college, but finally decided that, you know, I enjoy music. I think I'm a pretty decent singer. Let's try to go down that route and go to school for music. So I did go to school for vocal performance, and that was an experience I enjoyed, and I'm happy that I did that, but I have kind of learned that it's not a career for me, or it's not a career path I want to go down. But for the longest time, when I like was so like interested in like starting a YouTube channel, I thought, because that was the thing I knew, that my channel would be music related. And there's a chance that maybe music will pull up in this channel at times. maybe, who knows? I've sort of brainstormed that stuff, but not a whole lot yet. And I thought I would do this whole, like, every now and then record covers, and like, I don't even know. I had started sort of planning this out where I was like going year by year being like, what would be a fun cover to perform from the year, I think it was that, like, from the year I was born. So 1995 is when I was born, up until current, and taking a song from each year and covering it. And I had gotten pretty far in the list of writing down songs that could be fun to cover. And I just kind of stopped on that one because I can sing, but that's honestly pretty much it. I can dabble on guitar, I can rough my way through chords on a piano, but I don't think that would have ever been quite to the place where I'd want it to be. I would rough my way through it, but it would always look a little awkward. And I mean, even these videos are awkward. I'm aware of that, but there's definitely something more about this that I'm comfortable with, I guess, than that, maybe. So I had planned that out pretty far and was trying to push and motivate myself to do something like that. But after a while, I was just like, that didn't work out, and that's totally okay. And I continue to brainstorm other things of like just doing vlogging and kind of like talking about my everyday life, and maybe from that I would find something specific that I would enjoy to record. And then somehow makeup came across, and honestly, makeup has been something that I jump on and off of. Throughout middle school, I kind of started to get into makeup. I very much enjoyed it. I did modeling classes and things like that where they taught you the proper ways of makeup, which there's not a proper way to make up, plain and simple. Like, the techniques that they taught were nice and helpful as a youngin', but as I've grown up, it's like the stuff that they taught was just goofy. So I very much enjoyed makeup at a young age, and then kind of hopped off of it for a while and bounced back and forth between enjoying makeup and then not really caring about makeup. And even when I started this channel, it was like, I didn't like wear a whole lot of makeup, but I thought I was just like, well, you know, we'll give it a try. I'm gonna stop real quick and figure out what I'm gonna do next, and then we'll continue, because I'm kind of just sitting here blending nothing. I think I'm gonna take this shade down here, Clay Day, with my finger and apply that all over the lid. And I'm gonna still try and use this Everglade shade, maybe kind of over top. And I think it'd be kind of cool if that pink and the gray kind of like mixed together. It might not work, but we're gonna go for it. So taking the Clay Day shade here, I'm gonna use my finger and put that all over my eye and try to keep talking here. When kind of deciding on going with makeup for a channel here, I honestly at the time like didn't wear a whole lot of makeup, but still always had the curiosity of it. Like, all of my social medias that I have follow several makeup channels, and like Sephora's and Ulta's and things like that, and was always paying attention to like the new releases, and I was always very curious of like when something came out, wanting to try it. Typically never would until like either months of it actually being available, or having friends or family member who'd be like, I don't want this anymore, do you want it? I'd be like, yeah, sure, I'll take it, and taking hand-me-downs and things like that. So I wasn't really sure how a makeup channel would work, but for some reason I was so excited about it, and it's just so intrigued of like, there just seemed like so much that I could do with it, and I could make it individual and creative for myself, sort of. So I decided it would be fun to do essentially what Brand New Faces is, where I take one specific brand and choose a brand. I purchase one product of each category, so foundations, concealer, primer, you know, everything. Essentially, my list shows about 15 products to make a full face, and put those products together, you know, test them out together. How well does this brand as a whole work together? And does the overall cost of that face, is that worth it? It's been a lot of fun. It honestly has been so much fun to do. It's challenging, like I've kind of said a little bit already here. It's definitely different, and something that's very weird about it is choosing to pay for all of this makeup, because prior to you know, you always try to be just really careful with how you spend your money. And obviously I still am trying to be very careful, but it just felt so different to be like, well, now I have to buy these products in order to do this thing, but I'm also enjoying buying these products in order to do this thing. So very, very interesting. So don't quite know where I was going with that specifically. Maybe I'll wrap around back to it. I'm going to kind of talk about why do I feel like I'm making this video with this specific topic. And I think why I chose this topic was because when I started this channel, I didn't really amp it up. I didn't really say anything about it to anybody. And it was just randomly, I was like, hey, here's a video. And 2 weeks later, hey, here's another video. There really wasn't ever like a build up to it where I told anybody like, hey, I'm curious about this and this and this, and I think I'm gonna be starting to do this and this and this. And I kind of just did it out of the blue. I guess I don't know how people responded to that, but in my head, I kind of assumed that it confused people. So I thought making a video like this would be important just to kind of let you guys know, yes, it was very much out of the blue, but I didn't really know any other way to start. And I had for over a year tried to plan it out and make it a thing. And if I continued to procrastinate on it, I guess, it probably never would have happened. So I decided to just get the confidence to sit in front of my phone and start recording. And that's kind of how everything became. Let's figure out what we're doing next here on the eyes. I think I'm gonna take Garden Valley palette wavelength and kind of just brighten the inner corner a little bit with my finger. I think that's kind of where we're gonna leave the eyes here for now, and I'm gonna get some eyeliner applied. I'm not gonna talk while I apply eyeliner because I'm not gonna be able to focus on that. So I'm gonna quickly do that and then we can attempt to continue to talk. And for eyeliner, I'm using this Araceli brown eyeliner. I think I've used this eyeliner once, so I don't quite even know how much, if I like it or not. So I'm gonna quickly apply that. I guess I can attempt to talk about my background a little bit more. We could try that because it does kind of build into why this channel exists. I think I briefly said, one moment before I keep going on that. Jeepers Mary, so hard to multitask. I'm gonna grab the mascara. This is the Milk Makeup Kush Waterproof Mascara. I'm gonna use this and apply this to my eyes and see if I can talk and apply mascara at the same time. No, I can't talk and do this at the same time. Sorry, BRB. Now let's try to keep talking. I've always, as I kind of stated, like in middle school and high school, like I did musical and performances and I was always into music and things. But even prior to that, as a little child watching Disney Channel and things like that, I always thought that someday I'd be on Disney. That's such a goofy thing. But like I've always just had this like push and want to be, I guess, an actor. And I don't have that anymore, but like, I mean, it would be cool. I would be cool. But I've always just kind of been in that mindset of wanting to do something creative like that, whether it be a little kid on Barney or being on Disney and things like that. And then as I got older, being in musicals, like, oh, am I a theater person? I don't know. Am I just, like, is it just music I enjoy? Do I just want to be a singer? And then now makeup, like being a YouTube person, creating makeup videos. Yeah, they all in some ways sort of tie together of just being a creator. And I'm gonna try, this might not work, I'm gonna try to phrase the thing I was trying to say earlier. But to my family, what I've said before is, I know I am this person and I have this body and I can do such amazing, talented things with it. And I don't care to be known for those things, but I want to use those talents for good, if that makes sense. I have this body and this personality to do fun and exciting things, whether that may be singing, whether that may be makeup videos, or I don't know, getting back into performances and things like that. I have this creative mindset and always had that dream and that vision to be creative. So let's keep going with the makeup, Mary. Multitask. I'm gonna grab our brush here. It still has a little bit of like the previous shadows on it, but I'm gonna dip into the Old Growth, pinch the brush and run that across the lower lash line. I guess we can talk about the mission of the channel. And I guess simply stated is I'm trying my best to not think about that, to not worry about a mission, I guess. It's all about enjoying it and having fun and just the curiosity and seeing what I am capable of doing and seeing where it can naturally go. I don't want to push anything specifically. I'm already pushing it by trying to put myself into these comfort zones of, or taking myself out of the comfort zone and doing a different kind of video. But hey, maybe I'll get better at this and maybe this will be something we continue to do. Maybe it won't work out and it'll be something we don't continue to do. But I'm not trying to focus on as to where this channel is going. I really just want to focus on what I'm capable of, I guess. And obviously it would be so exciting and so cool to see the channel grow into something so much more and get, you know, decently known for it and be recognized on YouTube for it. But that is not something that needs to happen overnight or anything like that. All in all, it's just to have fun. It's just to do something a little bit different and see how it naturally grows. There's not like a mountain that I'm working to climb to the top to. It's if I have a curiosity of how would this go, I'm gonna try it out. I've known that this whole brand new face project is something I'm having a lot of fun with, and that's something I'm super excited to continue to do. And if my counts stay where they're at, that's fine. If my subscribers stay where they're at, that's fine. I'm still having fun with it. And I think that's what's most important. But with that, to continue to make brand new faces and for me to continue to enjoy it, regardless of growth on the channel, I do need to space things out a little bit. And that's kind of why I've been curious to try other types of videos like this, the get readies with me, so I can space those out so that I can afford the more expensive makeup. So that connects that together. So whether it be a get ready with me, whether it be a challenge that I attempt to do, there is going to be a little bit more space to the brand new face videos, which they're already so spaced out. I only post twice a month, so every other week, which it would be so cool to post more, but just because of the way that I purchase the products and the way that they come to me, I have to space those out. And I still want to be able to continue creating things for you, so that's kind of why we're trying other types of videos. So there you go. Let me grab this darker shade here called Rainier, deepen things up a little bit near the outer third of the lower lash line. We're gonna leave the lower lash line just kind of like that for now. Honestly, I'm hardly even paying attention to what I'm doing. Things are probably looking sloppy, but that's okay. So I'm going to do my lower mascara here real quick. So I've completed my eyes. Pretty simple. I'm actually really happy with how the pink and that kind of like dark, call it chromey shade look together. Originally I wanted more of that chrome to show, but I'm still happy with how they kind of blended and mixed here together. So that's really cool. I'm going to do my brows also quietly and really quickly because again, I don't know how well I'm gonna be able to focus on brows and talk at the same time, but I'm gonna be using the Believe Beauty brow defining brow pencil, and then the gel that I'm gonna use is the Benefit Gimme Brow in their blonde shade. Okay, brows are done. And I think we're gonna move back to the face and try to talk about other things. I guess let's just wrap back to why I'm, again, kind of why I'm doing get ready with me videos. And I kind of talked about it where it's just like I'm trying to include different types of videos just so I can space out the brand new face videos and allow myself time to be able to afford and purchase the more expensive brands. And again, also just out of curiosity to see what I am capable of. And from this video, I can, and this won't be my only attempt, obviously, but obviously this one is tricky for me to apply, or trickier for me to do just because it is my first time doing it. Hopefully after a couple of times of doing these get readies with me, I can kind of decide if it is something I do want to continue to do for the channel. With that, I would need to come up with topics and things to talk about in Get Ready With Me videos. So any questions or any topics or things like that that anybody might be curious about, if you wanted to leave that information in the comments down below, or leave just any comment down below, that would be so helpful and help me come up with other types of Get Ready With Me types of videos. I'm going to bronze up the face here. We're gonna haven't used this in quite some time, if you guys remember from my first video, the Amuse Cosmetics bronzer that I got in the shade Diva. I've used this one a couple of times off camera, but honestly not very often, but I remembered very much enjoying it then. But I've used a lot more bronzers recently, so we're gonna pop this on the face and maybe see if it's still as what I expect it to be. But yeah, doing these Get Ready With Me's is an experiment. My hope is that they work out and it's something that I can get more familiar with doing. And if it's something you guys want to see more of, I would love to know that information. I would love to have more ideas of certain topics to talk about during these Get Ready With Me's. Or if you have other ideas for other types of videos or like challenges or things like that, that would be helpful as well. I think what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna try to quickly finish up the face here. I don't really have much more to talk about. If I do come up with something, I'll definitely say it, but honestly, my mind's a little blank right now. I don't wanna repeat myself too much throughout this video. So we're gonna bronze up the face. We're gonna leave the bronzer at that for now. I'm probably just gonna use the same brush. And I have another Shaina B palette here, which is like a face palette with this beautiful blush here. I've used this one other time, it's beautiful. But I also really want to use the Sheglam, their brighter one here, the one that's in their high and dry shade, is that correct? Yeah, high and dry. Let's start with the one here, and if I might try to top it with a little bit of that, we'll see. So I'm gonna use the same one that we just used the bronzer for. Dip into the Rosa shade here. Okay, and then I've kind of just very subtly built that up. I do think I want to try and dip into this guy now and see if we can just mix the two. We'll call that good for blush. The Sheglam blush is good, I already know that. But like, the one that's in this Shaina B palette, I'm second time using it. I just love how matte that blush is. There's something about it that's just really pretty. So let's highlight the face. I'm going to grab my Rach Loves Pixie palette here and grab my Sigma brush. And I'm just gonna dip into the Clutch shade here and go to town. And then I want to just take the littlest bit of the Lace shade up here. I love this shade, it's very bright. And just really hit that on the highest little point. And then I'm gonna kind of clean the brush off once I have a little less on there and make sure it's all nicely blended. And then I'll take a little bit of the Lace shade on my finger here and just amplify the inner corner. And then to make sure everything is kind of sitting nicely, I'm going to take the back end of my sponge and kind of blend everything. And then I want to take a little bit of my powder and then just make sure that there's not too much shine just right at the front part of my face here. I might have taken that highlighter in a little close. For lips, we're gonna keep it pretty simple. I'm actually gonna quickly moisturize them up. I'm gonna use this Anastasia lip primer. And for lips, I'm going to use this Complex Cultures Deal Closer Tinted Lip Cream. I've used this like one or two other times. It's just so cool. Like it's this beautiful, the one that I have is this like nice deep shade, but it applies so soft on the lips. It's really pretty, so. Did I say the shade that I had? Espresso. It's called Espresso, which I'm very much a coffee lover. So anything that's like latte and espresso named, I'm always like, yup. Let's apply this. Okay, and I could build that up a little bit more, I might, but I'm gonna leave it there for now. I just really like the buttery feel of it. Super natural, like you might not even be able to tell too much that I put something on the lips, but just the littlest bit. It just feels really nice. Just a slight tint, and I think it works pretty well with the shadows that we have on the eyes. Let's go ahead and get ready to set the face. I think the last little thing that I had on here to talk about that I had listed as Like questions is just like advice for somebody who wants to do something like this, starting a channel, or even if it is making specific to makeup videos. And the best advice that I can give to you is, especially if it's something that it's been in your head for so long and it's always been in the back of your mind that you've been curious about it, is to just do it. That might seem like the simplest, and like maybe it won't feel too helpful just hearing that right now, but like just do it. Like, you won't know if you enjoy something until you actually try it out. When it comes to like a makeup video, makeup channel and things like this, like my way of just doing it was first figuring out, like, if I did a makeup videos, what would it be? And the fact that I got so involved and so excited about just the research part of like building this spreadsheet of all of these brands and how much on average their face would cost was so fun and so thrilling, and it just got me so excited to try things out. And in the process already I have discovered so many new brands, so many like brands that should have so much more recognition. It's crazy. So yeah, just start, just do it. Do whatever that first step is to get you going on that project. And with that, try not to overthink it too much. That is something I need to tell myself on a regular basis. I definitely get so in my head about how I think something's gonna turn out, and try not to overthink it. Just do it. And similar to this video, if you try and you restart 3 times, like, just keep going, just keep going. You won't know how you feel about it until you've done it. Yeah, that's the best advice that I can give right now. And hopefully if we continue to do these get ready with me's, if I have other advice for anybody who's curious about these types of videos, I can provide that to you as I kind of grow with this channel. I'm gonna set my face down here real quick. I actually grabbed 2 setting sprays because I'm crazy like that. This first one here is from Makeup Obsessions. It's been on my channel before. Dewy Makeup Fixing Spray. I just love the dewiness that this provides to the face, so I'm gonna try to be gentle with this one because it can really make your face look dewy. Apply this all over. My battery's gonna die here soon, so I'm gonna have to wrap this up. Let me quickly take the last setting spray here and set this down. This is the Essence one. I haven't used this one too much, but it's supposed to be long wearing. And as I let this dry and my battery starts to die here, I could switch it over, but I'm gonna try to wrap this up really fast. I hope you guys enjoyed this get ready with me. It was a little bit different. It was very, very different for me, but if you guys enjoy these types of videos, give it a big thumbs up. I would greatly, greatly appreciate that. Also, if you enjoy the other types of videos that I've put on this channel and you want to see more of those, please subscribe, hit that subscription button and that bell so you can be notified of the next time that I post. If you have questions for get readies with me, you can leave that down below, or any ideas for other types of makeup videos we can do, or any brand recommendations for any future brand new face videos. Leave all that information down in the comments down below. And I hope you guys like the makeup look that we came up with here. It's a pretty decent look, I think. That's gonna be everything for this video. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye.